Okay guys, got a couple interesting things here today. That is an Arrma infraction. And it's a friend of mine's, and there's something wrong with the gyro and it's speed wobbling, so he's asked me to take a look at it and see if I can get it running right for him. And then he wants to gear it down. He wants to drive it like an actual car, not just a straight speed run. And then in here we have got the Kraton or Kraton. And this, he wants to change the wheels and tires so he can drive it at Mike's track. And he wants me to just give it a go over, make sure everything's where it should be, and see if I can get it handling a little better for him. Okay guys, this is the Arrma Kraton. It comes with these big huge monster truck tires, but these ones have become unbalanced and were vibrating really bad, so I put the truggy tires off my Serpent on here for now. I'm just doing a basic tune-up on this vehicle for my friend who I work with. He brought me both these Arrma vehicles. They weren't running right, so yeah, he just brought them to me. So the things I noticed first right away was the camber was way out of whack. The tops of the wheels were leaning outward and at different angles. I don't have my camber gauge here. I use mics at the track, but I fixed it as best I could by eye. They're pretty damn close to the right spot now. And yeah, he asked me to take a look at it and give it a drive and see what I thought he needs for upgrades or whatever. So of course the first thing I suggested was the servo. It's got the stock servo in there, which is really slow at the moment. And then yeah, I told him to get rid of these big heavy clunky wheels and tires and get some truggy wheels and even some all-terrain truggy tires. But those big huge heavy things, man, I don't know, it vibrated the whole car around because they were unbalanced. And with that much weight being unbalanced by this much power, this is one of those crazy power trucks. It runs on these great big huge 4S packs. You can actually run it on 2 of them. Pretty sure this can go up to 8S. Maybe it's for 2 3S's. It's got this cool little plug that goes in the end, so if you just want to use one, you don't have bare cables like that sticking out. They include this cool little plug. I'm not really a big fan of these type connections. I don't even know what they're called, these blue things. But yeah, that was kind of neat. But if you guys haven't had a look at this truck, man, this thing is a tank. These shock towers, I mean, look at these things. Look how thick that is. It's as big as my finger. And these are cool. The little body braces, they pivot. And this chassis brace is pretty impressive. Heavy duty stuff. You can adjust it here to tighten it. pretty sure this is probably the stock ESC and motor that came with it. Yeah, Arrma. The drive shafts look pretty beefy, as do the turnbuckles. These are really impressive. I like these. Really beefy. And the shocks, I'm a little disappointed to see that they are not threaded shock bodies. You have to use the plastic inserts to adjust the spring preload. But I guess this is more of a basher vehicle, so it does come with all the little plastic pieces so you can change the ride height. Also comes with this cool little multi-tool that looks like a pistol. I don't know if you can see that in there. It's shaped like a pistol. And then yeah, you got your spring collars. And yeah, and the remote for this thing. So here's the remote, standard pistol grip. You got your throttle and your steering trim, and then your steering rate. It's kind of like your dual rate. Power button on the back here, and then you also have throttle reverse or steering reverse, and then you also can have 50%, 75%, or 100% power. Yeah, I can't get that to focus. But yeah, it's not the lightest radio I've ever felt. Usually these little ready to run things feel like they weigh nothing, but yeah, it's got some good weight to it. Feels like a decent radio. But yeah, if you guys haven't had a look at the Arrma Kraton, here it is. Pretty beefy looking stuff. My buddy who owns this wants to bring it to Mike's track. So I gave him a couple suggestions that I would do the servo and get some proper wheels and tires, and I told him if he gets some shock oil, I'll rebuild his shocks for him. These ones starting to feel a little springy. But yeah, that is the Arrma Kraton, guys.